everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got post 1961 Apba Bats League game between the Toronto Blue Jays and Minnesota Twins. It's the first of a three-game series in Minnesota. And leading off for the Blue Jays playing shortstop is Bichette. Batting second, playing second's Hill. Batting third, playing first is Delgado. Batting fourth, playing left field is Bell. Batting fifth, playing right field is Bautista. Batting sixth, playing third base is Donaldson. Batting seventh, playing center field is Wells. Batting eighth on the catching is Borders. And batting ninth on the mound is Dave STIEB. And for the hometown Minnesota Twins, leading off, batting, playing second is Knobloch. Batting second, playing first is Carew. Batting third, playing center field is Puckett. Batting fourth, doing the catching is Meyer. Batting fifth, playing third base is Killebrew. Batting sixth, playing right field is Oliva. Batting seventh, playing left field Stock. Batting eighth, playing shortstop Palanca. And batting ninth, doing the pitching is Frank VIOLA. And let's get down here to the field and get this game started. And the lead it off for the Blue Jays is Bo Bichette, batting .600 on the year with no homers and no RBIs. Frank Viola's second appearance, he's 1-0 with no ERA. And the Toronto Blue Jays are 3-2. They're 3 games behind the Yanks. Vernon Wells batting .350. Alomar batting .467. Fernandez .316. And Guerrero Jr. batting .222. Oldroyd batting .400. Doyle Alexander with a 3.38 ERA. Key with a 6.43. Holiday at 2.57. Dave STIEB enters this game with an 11.25 ERA, and Garvin with a 0 ERA. Now down to the field for the first pitch to Bichette. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Frank strikes him out for out number 1 in this game. And Aaron Hill to the plate now, batting 0 for 5 on the year. And that's going to be a back-to-back strikeouts for Viola. He's pitching well here to start this first inning. Can he strike out the side with Delgado looking for his first base hit of the year? And that's going to be a fly ball. Let's see here. 24. That's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Oliva makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 goes to Blue Jays. Blue Jays nothing. Twins coming to the plate. They'll have Knobloch, Carew, and Puckett due up here. And Chuck batting .263 with a homer and 4 RBIs. This is Dave STIEB's second appearance. He's 0-1 with that 11.25 ERA. And the Minnesota Twins are 2 games back of the Tigers in 4th place. Killebrew batting .250. Carew .227, Puckett .200, Knobloch .263, Oliva .308. Frank Viola enters this game with no ERA. Gotts with a 2.25, Cat with a 1.29, Pasquale 7.5, and Santana a 6. And here's the first pitch to Chuck. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Vernon in center for out number 1. And Rod Carew comes to the plate, batting .227, no homers and an RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Dave. He fires over to first. That'll be out number 2. And Kirby Puckett comes to the plate, batting .200 with no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Puckett walks down the first with 2 outs. Joe Meyer comes to the plate. Joe batting .231, no homers and 2 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And he drive Puckett in and give the Twins an early lead here. That's going to be a double in the right field. And Bocetta out there with a good arm, but with 2 outs, a runner taking off on contact, he should score here and make this a 1-0 lead. And Puckett's got great speed, and he'll score with no throw. It's an RBI double, and it's 1-0 Minnesota here in the bottom of the first. Killebrews up now with a runner in scoring position, already up 1-0. Killebrew batting .250 with a homer and 3 RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Killebrew's on. This all coming with 2 outs, folks. A 2-out walk, a double, and now another walk. Dave can't get that all-important 3rd out. Tony Oliva comes up batting .308 with a homer and no RBI, with no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. So Dave gets his first strikeout victim of the game, but 1 run comes across the plate. And it's 1-0 Minnesota. So we go to the top of the second. Bell, Batista, and Donaldson do up. George batting .250 with a homer and an RBI. And that's going to be against the lefty, 12. And that's going to be a base hit into left field. George Bell's aboard here with the leadoff single. Tying run down at first. And Joey Batista's up. And Joey batting .200 with no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Is that going to be the double play here? That is going to be the 3-6-3 double play. Nice job down there at first by Carew to start that double play. Now your best friend there for the pitcher, and there's nobody on in 2 outs for Donaldson, batting .500 with no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a 13. And that's going to be a infield hit. How big was that double play, folks? An infield hit for Donaldson. Now Vernon Wells is up. Wells batting .350 with a homer and 6 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the knob block. He'll go over to first. And the Blue Jays strand 1 to the bottom of the second we go. 1-0 Minnesota. Got the bottom third of the order due up here for the Twins. Bostock, Polanca, and Viola. And Bostock batting .250, no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Bo's up with it, fires over to first. And that'll be out number 1. Jorge Polanca's up. He batting .455, no homers and 4 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a base on balls. And the Twins will take it. An assurance run down at first. They're going to ask Frank to bunt him down to second. He's looking for his first base hit of the year. He's 0 for 4. And that's going to be a foul ball. Two strikes on him. Here's the 0-2 pitch to keep the bunt sign on. That is going to be bunted down to the pitcher. Dave's up with it. He fields it cleanly, throws over the hill covering, but the runner will get down the second in scoring position. And we're back to the top of the order, and Chuck Knobloch. He was 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball back down the first. Delgado's up with it. He tosses it over to Dave covering, and that's a final out. As you see, Minnesota's upcoming schedule. 2 more games here against Toronto. And now you see the team comparisons. Toronto 3-2, 51 strikeouts, 21 walks, 10 doubles, and 2 triples. And the Twins 2-3, 51 strikeouts, 25 walks, 19 doubles, and 7 triples. And here's the pitch to Borders. Borders is 0 for 3 on the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Frank strikes him out for out number 1. That is Frank Viola's 3rd strikeout of the game. And now you got Mr. Dave STIEB up, and he's 0 for 1 on the year. And that's going to be a base on balls walk, and the pitcher, Frank Viola, didn't want to do that. Now you got a runner down at first, 1 out. Nothing ever good happens when you walk the pitcher. Bichette, he struck out his first time up against Frank. And that's going to be a 11. And that is going to be a base hit in the right field. And let's see here, on a 40. He's going to try to make it the 3rd. Dave's got good speed, Viola. So, plus a 15. He's going to stay put at 2nd. Not going to chance it. So now you got 1st and 2nd. Still only 1 out. And Aaron Hill comes to the plate. And he's 0 for 1. He also struck out his first time up. And Aaron with the pitch here. And that's a tailor-made double play, folks. That ball is hit down the 2nd. Knoblauch's up with it. He tosses it over to short, over to 1st. 4-6-3 double play, and that ends the inning. And the Twins still lead this game 1-0. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd, and the top of the order due up here for Minnesota. 2, 3, 4 hitters, Carew, Puckett, and Joe. You see Toronto's upcoming schedule. 2 more games here against Minnesota. And then they stay on the road to go to Texas. Carew 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be against a righty, 15. And that is going to be a pop up down the short. Bo makes the catch for out number 1. And that brings Kirby Puckett to the plate. He walked and came around to score the only run in the game. And that's going to be a ground ball down the hill. 2 quick outs here in the 3rd. Let's see if Mr. Joe Meyer can do something. He's got the RBI double in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Dave. 1, 2, 3 goes the Twins. To the top of the 4th we go. You got Delgado due up here, followed by Bell and Bosette. Delgado 0 for 1 today, flew out the right. Not this time. That ball is hit in the right field. That is off the tarp out there, and that's going to be a stand-up double to start this 4th inning. And George Bell's up now with the tying run at 2nd and nobody out. Bell single back in the 2nd. He's 1 for 1. And that's going to be a 40. And that's going to be, the team is a 10, 13, 21, 33. I don't be feeling column 2. Wild pitch running to 3rd. But now it's going to be a rare play on a 40. Rare play on a 40. It's 16 and a 40. It's going to be hit out to right field. And Tony's out there. And that 22 and a 2 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And that's going to be a single to right. Runner scores. Batter takes long turn and is out in a rundown. Batter holds first. Nope. So it's an RBI single. RBI single out to right. Runner on 2nd is going to score, and the batter is going to be out trying for 2nd. So now you got 1 out, nobody on in a tie ball game here, folks. And both sets up. Batista's up, rather. He's 0 for 1. He grounded into a 3-6-3 double play. And that's going to be a 13. That's going to be a fly out the pocket for out number 2. And Donaldson's up now with 2 outs. He's 1 for 1. Single back in the second. That's going to be a ground ball down the second. Non-block. That's a nice play down there by Chuck. Dives, makes the stop, gets up, throws the first, and that'll end the inning. But the RBI single makes it a 1-1. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Killebrew, Oliva, and Bostock due up. Killebrew walked his first time up. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Forget about it, folks. Kiss it goodbye. Home run, Killebrew. It is now 2-1. Twins didn't waste no time getting the lead right back here. And now you got Tony Oliva up. He's 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts for Tony. So Dave settles down after giving up the homer. 1 down here in the fourth. And Bostock is 0 for 1 today. Grounded out back in the second. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Delgado. He takes it himself. And we got 2 outs after the homer. Let's see if Jorge can get on base. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Vernon. And that'll do it. But the leadoff homer by Killebrew makes it a 2-1 ball game. We go to the top of the fifth, the bottom third of the order due up here for Toronto. Wells, Borders, and Dave. Vernon 0 for 1, grounded out in the second. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. Easy play for Polanco over to first for out number 1. Pat Borders comes to the plate now. He's 0 for 1, struck out against Frank. Back in the third. And that's going to be a rare play, a 23 and a 38. It's going to be ball 1. So the 1-0 pitch coming to Pat Borders. And that's going to be against the lefty of 14. That's a fly ball out to left field. Bostock makes the catch, and that is 2 down. Let's see what Dave can do here. Dave, he walked his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Tony. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes the Blue Jays to the bottom of the fifth. Twins hanging on to a 2-1 lead here. You got Viola due up, followed by Knobloch and Crew. And Frank had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And that's going to be a rare play, a 36 and a 14. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. And here's the 0-1 pitch to Frank. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out the Bell. That'll be out number 1. As you see, Toronto's batting .277 with a .352 on base percentage, slugging .421 with a .773 on OPS. And the Twins batting .232, a .302 on base percentage, slugging .424 and with an OPS of .726. Chuck's 0 for 2 today. And he's going to be 0 for 3 because Dave strikes him out. He stood there like the house beside the road, folks. Now you got Carew up. And Carew's 0 for 2. Rounded out and popped up. Not this time. Carew squares this one up, folks. Let's see where this is going to go. And that ball is hit in the right field. And that'll be a lead-off single as Batista gets over, cuts it off. 2-out single, rather. And now you got Kirby Puckett up. And let's see. No, he's not going to take off running. So Crew's down at first. And Puckett is 0 for 1. He did walk and come around the score back in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Vernon in the center. And that'll end the inning. Carew gets stranded at first. To the top of the 6th we go. The top of the order due up here for the Blue Jays. Both set. Hill and Nagato. And Bo's 1 for 2 today, singled. And that's going to be another infield hit. He's aboard for the 2nd time today. Down there at first now. And Aaron Hill's up. They're going to do a little hit and run, try to avoid the double play. He did ground into a 4-6-3 double play his last time up. And that's going to be a 29, 26, and a 1. That'll be filled in column 2. And a hit and run, same as 1. And that'll be hit back to the mound. The only play he'll have is over to first. The runner gets down to second. And now you got Delgado up. And Delgado is 1 for 2 with a double in this game. Came around to score the only run for the Blue Jays so far. And that's going to be another double. And that's going to score the runner. A ball was hit out the right center field. So a double. And the run comes in. And it's now a tie ball game. And George Bell's up with a go-ahead run down at second. Only 1 out. And Bell's a perfect 2 for 2. 2 singles and an RBI. And that ball's well hit. And all of a sudden, Frank's struggling here in the 6th. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Forget about it, folks. Home run. George Bell gives the Blue Jays a 4-2 lead. And he is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Frank gets an out after the homer. Now there's 2 down. And Josh Donaldson's up. Josh is 1 for 2, single back in the 2nd. And that's going to be another ground ball down the short. That'll end the inning. But the 2-run homer makes it a 3-run inning. And it's 4-2 Toronto. So Dave comes into the inning losing, and now he comes out with a 2-run lead. He's got Joe, Killebrew, and Tony due up here. Joe 1 for 2 with an RBI double. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Joe out. See, Minnesota's got 2 more games here at home. Then they go on the road to take on Kansas City as David joins us here. Killebrew's 1 for 1 today. He's walked and homered in this game. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Killebrew walks for the 2nd time today. Tony Oliva comes up now with a tying run at the plate. Tony's 0 for 2. He has struck out both times against Dave. Not this time, folks. Kiss that one goodbye. Tony turns on this one, hits out over the hefty bag out in right field, and it's a tie ball game. It's 4 apiece. Send the ball is flying out. They must have turned the air conditioner on here in Minnesota. And now 1 out and nobody on for Bostock. 0 for 2, grounded out twice. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field for out number 2. And Polanco comes up. Can he keep this inning going? He is walked and flown out 0 for 1. And that's going to be a rare play. A 44 and a 39. 44. 39. And that is going to be hit down the 2nd. Hill's down there. A 55 and a 9. That is going to be fielding column 1. Was it a 13? And that's going to be a nice play by Aaron. He's up with it, fires over to first, takes a hit away from Jorge. And we go to the top of the 7th, all tied up at 4 apiece. Bottom third due up here, Vernon Borders, and probably a pitch hitter here for Dave. See how it goes. Vernon Wells is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Frank's 4th strikeout of the game. Pat Borders is up now. And Pat's 0 for 2. He struck out and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Bosock waits for it, makes the catch. 2 down here. And that's going to be it for Dave, I think. See if they can get something going here. After giving up that homer in the last inning. See who's going to come out of the dugout against the lefty. And Jesse Barfield's going to come out of the dugout. Pitch hit here for Dave. And Ken Castro joins us in parallel league. Let's see here. Where is Mr. Barfield at? There's Jesse. And Jesse's batting .267, no homers and an RBI. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 15 and a 10. And that is going to be a pop up down the short. Blanco out in shallow left field makes the catch. And that'll end the inning, folks. We go to the 7th inning stretch, tied at 4 apiece. And Dwayne Ward's going to come out of the bullpen. I don't think they got... Probably have a pitch hitter for Viola. And the righty, yeah, that's who's coming out of the bullpen. It's going to be Ward. Dwayne Ward is going to come out here. Doesn't know how to spell his name correctly, but can't hold that against him. And let's see who's going to pitch hit here for Frank Viola. Most of the lefties are already in the game. Justin Morneau, is he coming off the bench? That's who's coming off the bench. Justin's going to come off the bench here. Try to get something going here in the bottom of the 7th for the Twins. There's Justin. And Justin's batting 1,000. He is 1 for 1 on the year with a 2 RBI triple. And that's going to be a rare play. A 41 and a 65. 41. 65 and a 41. That's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. So Justin's fell behind on the pitch. It's an 0-1 count. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Batista makes the catch for out number 1. We're back to the top of the order, and Chuck Knobloch in this 4-4 ball game. Chuck's 0 for 3. Flown out, grounded out, and struck out. And that's going to be a base on balls. And the Twins will take it. The go-ahead runs down at first. Now you got Rod Carew up. They're going to do a little hit and run here with Carew. He's 1 for 3, singled his last time up. And that's going to be a strike. And he misses the ball here. Let's see here. Yep, that's a strike. And now we'll see if he can steal here. That'll be a 27. That'll be a 53 or lower. See if Chuck can get in there. And he's in there safely. So they missed the hit and run, but Knobloch's able to steal the base. So he's safe at second. with 1 out now, and the 0-1 pitch to Carew. Can he drive in the go-ahead run here in the 7th? That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Vernon's got it. 41 and a 3 should be fielding column 1. And it is. See what it is. That'll be a 30. He's not going nowhere. So it's a fly ball out the center. The runner's going to stay put. Now it's going to take a 2-out base hit by Kirby Puckett. And Kirby's 0 for 2. He did walk and come around to score in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball again out to Vernon. He camps under it. And the runner gets stranded at second. To the top of the 8th we go in a 4-4 ball game. At the top of the order due up here for the Twins. Let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen here for the Twins. Bochette, Hill, and Delgado for the Blue Jays. So 2 righties and a lefty. And Alan Worthington, I think, is going to come out of the bullpen. Try to keep this a tie ball game. And Worthington, this is his 2nd appearance of the year. And no record, a lofty 18 ERA. And like I say, he's got the top of the order to do with Bo, Hill, and Delgado. Here's the pitch to Bo, 2 for 3, having a good game, 2 singles, and came around the score. And we drop the dice, make this an official game. That's going to be a 9 against the righty. It'll be a 22. And that's going to be a ground ball down the knob block. He fields it cleanly, fires over to Carew for out number 1. And Aaron Hill comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3, struck out and grounded out twice. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. And Lemming makes the play for out number 2. It's up to Carlos here to get something started. He's having a damn good game. 2 doubles and an RBI, and he scored both times. And not this time. That's going to be a base on balls. That W bites Worthington in the butt. All those walks. So now the go-ahead run at first. An insurance run at the plate. George Bell is a perfect 3 for 3 with a 3-run homer, a 2-run homer, and an RBI single. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. He'll take the easy way to second. And they get out of it with nobody scoring to the bottom of the 8th in a 4-4 ball game. You got 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up. Joe, Killebrew, and Tony. Joe 1 for 3 with an RBI double in the first. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out the Bell for out number 1. And now you got Killebrew up. Killebrew is a perfect 1 for 1 with a solo homer, and he's walked the other 2 times. And that's going to be against the righty, a 21. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. Josh has got it, fires over to Delgado for out number 2. So it's up to Tony Oliva to try to get something going here in the 8th. Tony's 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer back in the 6th, his last time up. And that's going to be against the righty, a 17. And that's going to be a fly ball. Nice play by Vernon Wells. Tip of the cap by Dwayne. And that gets him out of the inning. 1, 2, 3. To the top of the 9th we go. You got Joey up, followed by Josh and Vernon. And Bautista is 0 for 3, grounded out twice and flown out. And that ball is high. That ball is far, and the Blue Jays have now taken a 5-4 lead here, folks. That ball is crushed out into left field. He's 1 for 3, single back in the second. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And the wheels are falling off the cart as Knobloch doesn't play that well. And that's an E4. Now Worthington's wondering what's going on here. He gives up a homer, now an error. Vernon Wells is up. He is grounded out twice and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball. Finally, they get the first out as Oliva makes the catch for out number 1. Pat Borders comes to the plate. And Pat's 0 for 3. He is struck out and flown out the left twice. And that's going to be a base on balls. So an insurance run gets down the second. That'll be it for Ward. And Ryan will be coming in this game in the bottom of the 9th. BJ. See who's going to come out of the dugout here. And against the righty, it's going to be Roberto Alomar. He's going to come off the bench. Bat from the left side. And Alomar is batting .467, no homers and 2 RBIs. First and second, 1 out. Can Worthington get the ground ball double play and get out of this with only 1 run scoring? And that's going to be a ground ball down the third, 35 and a 3. That'll be fielding column 3. And they S. And nope, Borders is not an S. Make sure I got everything right there. Nope. So that's just going to be we'll get the runner out at second. That'll be a 5-4 put out. So now you got first and third, 2 down. And we're back to the top of the order in Bo. Bo's 2 for 4 today. He has 2 singles, grounded out and struck out. Shorance runs at third. And that's going to be against the righty. A 22 and a 11. And that is going to be a single. And that's going to be an infield hit as he hits that ball down to Polanco. He knocks it down, but everybody's safe. And it is now, it's now a 6-4 ball game. And now you got first and second and still 2 down. And Aaron Hill comes to the plate. Hill 0 for 4. Remember that costly error by Knobloch should be out of this inning, folks. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Killebrew. And he'll step on the bag, taking himself for out number 3. But the Jays scored 2, take a 2-run lead here in the 9th. And out of the bullpen's going to come Mr. Ryan, B.J. Ryan, to close this game out. He'll be facing the bottom third of the order here in the bottom of the 9th. You'll have Bostock, Polanco, and a pitch hitter for Worthington. Where's BJ at? And Bostock's 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Aaron. No, that might be a swing and a miss. He's got the okay rating. And nope, that's a ground ball down the second. That'll be out number 1. And now Polanco's up. Can he get something going here? He's 0 for 2. He did walk back in the second. And that's another ground ball down the hill. You might want to hit the ball somewhere else. 2 grounders to second, 2 outs. Let's see who's going to come out of the dugout here. The pitch hit against the lefty. They need a base runner. So Torrey Hunter's going to come off the bench here. Hunter's going to try to get aboard here, I think. Torrey Hunter comes off the bench. Where is he at? And Torrey is batting .286 with a homer and 1 RBI. And that ball is swung on and missed. And that's your ball game, folks. The Blue Jays win this game 6-4 in the top of the 9th. Take a look here at the box score. And the Blue Jays 6 runs on 10 hits, no errors. The Twins 4 runs on 4 hits and no errors. Bochette 3 for 5. Delgado 2 for 3. Bell 3 for 4. Blue Jays took care of business 4 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Bell and Bautista with homers. Only left 4 men on base. No multiple hit game for the Twins. 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. They left 5 men on base. Dave gets a no decision. 6 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 2 homers. Ward comes in, pitches 2 innings, gets the win with a walk. And Ryan comes in, picks up his 3rd save, 1 inning, 1 strikeout. Frank Viola gets a no decision. 7 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, walked 1, struck out 4, gave up a homer. Worthington comes in, picks up the loss. He's 0-1. 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, but only one of them. Remember, the error by Knobloch was a costly one. 2 walks and a homer. Check out the standings and the leaderboard here in the American League. And the Blue Jays are now 2.5 games back of the Yankees. Orioles are 4.5 along with Boston. And Tampa Bay is 5 games back. And in the Central, you got the Tigers a half a game up on KC. The Indians are a game back. Minnesota's now 2.5 games back. And Chicago 3. And out west, the Rangers lead that division by 2.5 games over the Angels, Mariners, and A's. Yeah, it was a good game, wasn't it? Parallel. You got Aaron Judge leading the American League with a .308 batting average. You got 3 batters, Ramirez, Maris, and Abreu with 5 homers, and Maris with 13 RBIs leading the American League. Right now, the ERA leader still at 0. And now you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pitchers with 2 wins and 3 pitchers now. JJ, BJ, helps to have initials, it looks like, and Wetland with 3 saves on the year. Roger Maris leading MVP voting, and Kevin Appier now is leading in Cy Young. I want to thank Parallel Universe, Ken Castro, and David for joining us here. The next game on the channel will be the 2nd game of this series. See what the pitching matchup looks like. And it's going to be Jimmy Key going up against Pasquale. And until next time, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Hit that bell. Leave a like and a comment on your way out. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care.